Hi, friends. So I love your comment. I feel like X-Ray for some reason doesn't really want to sell the tickets. So I'm kind of confused. I think he's like being a little bit crazy about it. But anyway, chapter 9. Armpit felt pretty silly carrying Koo to school on Tuesday and wished he had taken his backpack. He was still mad at X-Ray, but he was even madder at himself. The concert was 4 days away and no tickets had been sold. $690 down the toilet. Hey, Armpit, want a ride? He glanced over to see a yellow Mustang slowly moving along him. Where are you going, Armpit? There were 5 people in the car. 3 guys and 2 girls, and although he recognized the 2 guys in the front, he knew he didn't want anything to do with them. The driver was Donnell, and the guy beside him was Cole. Both were 3 or 4 years older than he was, and he was sort of surprised they knew his name. It was not good news. Come on, hop in, said Cole. We'll take you anywhere you want. The trick was to say no without offending anyone, especially Cole, who was known to be a little bit crazy. It doesn't look like you got much room, Armpit said. He wondered what they were doing out so early in the morning. Then he realized they'd probably been up all night. There's always room for a brother. Come on. That's okay, Armpit said as he continued to walk. I'm walking just fine. He continued to walk as the car rolled slowly alongside them. What's the matter? You don't like us? Hi, Armpit, called a girl in the back seat. I just like to walk, that's all. The car pulled ahead of him, and then for a second he thought they were going through with him. He thought they were through with him, but then it swerved sharply into a driveway, blocking his path. The passenger's side door opened. You know, when a brother offers you a ride, said Cole, the right thing to do is accept. I didn't mean any disrespect, Armpit said. At least they all remained in the car. He tried to act casual. Oh gosh, I'm so worried right now. What's with the bunny? Asked Charisse. Armpit tightened his grip on Koo. Something for school. School? It's summer, shouted one of the guys from the back. It's so cute, Charisse said. Can I have it? It's for a school project. I want it, said Charisse. Armpit tightened his grip on Koo. It belongs to my neighbor. He'd fight all of them if he had to before giving up Koo. That little girl, said Cole. I see you hanging around with her. What is her problem? He laughed. Cole wasn't expecting an answer, but Armpit copied Ginny's tactic and gave it to him. There was some bleeding inside her brain when she was born. Oh, Cole said. Too bad. Armpit slowly walked around the Mustang. What are you going to school for? Cole shouted at him. Come work with us and you'll make all the money you need. Thanks, but it's just something I gotta do. He kept walking. He heard the car door shut behind him, but he turned and turned around. A moment later, he saw the car driving past him. Someone shouted, "Fool!" out the window. Wow. Good job, Armpit. Totally resisted those people. 15 minutes later, he stood in front of the class, all eyes on him, including Tatiana's. This is Koo, he began. Everybody laughed. Koo has leukemia. Some even laughed at that too. It wasn't that they were cruel. All the other speeches had been humorous, and they expected more of the same. The sight of Armpit, the biggest and toughest kid in class, holding a little baby toy just added to the comedy, and it took a while for what he was saying to sink in. He could feel the sweat dripping from down the side and hoped it didn't show on his shirt. Koo belongs to my neighbor, Ginny. She has cerebral palsy. You just said she has leukemia, said Claire, Tatiana's friend. Koo has leukemia. Ginny has cerebral palsy. That's why Koo should be elected the ruler of the world, because Koo gives her comfort, courage, and confidence. This was supposed to be his closing line. He didn't mean to say it so soon. He fumbled with his note cards, but he'd already gotten off wrong, so he just winged it. All her life, Ginny had trouble walking and talking. Some kids at school call her stupid, but she's not stupid. She's really smart. It's just that her brain has difficulty processing information. It's like she has to decode everything first. That's why she stutters when she talks. She knows what she wants to say, but it's like her brain has trouble sending the signal to her mouth. And then if people pressure her, it just gets worse and worse. So you would like her to be ruler of the world? Somebody asked. No, you should vote for Koo, Ginny's favorite stuffed animal. See, since I don't own any stuffed animals, Ginny gave me Koo. I told her I didn't want her favorite, because it's for a stupid assignment. The class erupted in laughter, and Armpit realized that he probably shouldn't have called it a stupid assignment in front of Coach Simmons. He pressed on. But Ginny said I had to take Koo. She said none of the others were as strong or as brave as Koo. Well, even though Ginny is only 10 years old and has cerebral palsy and weighs less than 60 pounds, she is the strongest and bravest person I know. So if Koo could do that for Ginny, imagine what Koo could do for the world. So vote for Koo. Thanks. He made his way back to his seat without looking at anyone. He had no idea if anything he had just said made sense. At least it was over. He was the first one out of the door when the bell rang. Theodore, came a voice from behind him, and then Tatiana's hand was on his arm. I thought your speech was really sweet. Yeah, well, I didn't have any stuffed animals, so I had to borrow one. She smiled her crooked smile. You were really nervous, weren't you? Sort of, yeah. I could tell. Don't worry, you did a really good job. I'm going to vote for Koo. He smiled. Thanks. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but it would make Ginny really happy if Koo won. Can I see it? Sure. He handed his stuffed animal to Tatiana. What exactly is Koo? Armpit laughed. I don't know, some kind of bunny person thingy? Tatiana hugged Koo. It feels so soft. I like the way you said Koo gives you courage, comfort, and strength. He didn't correct her. Armpit! Hey, Armpit! X came breezing down the hallway. X-ray. Armpit, I thought I'd never find you. He greeted Tatiana with a hey, then a wad of money came out of his pocket and he started counting it. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. He handed Armpit $100 but wasn't finished yet. 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. He was still not finished. 20, 40, 60. Tatiana was no longer smiling. I better go, she said, handing Koo back to Armpit. I'll see you later, Armpit said to her, but she didn't turn around as she walked away. X-Ray counted out another $100. In total, X-Ray gave him $530. Armpit could hardly believe it. He had gotten practically all his money back. It was the money he thought he'd never see again. Was it the guys in the Suburban? Those clowns? Heck no. A lady called me this morning, wanted 4 tickets for her kid's birthday. The whole thing took 20 minutes. See, that's the way you do business, not some jokers stringing you along like you're a yo-yo. Armpit felt bad for doubting X-Ray. Wait a second, he said. 4 tickets should be 540. Oh, yeah, I need to borrow 10. You don't mind, do you? My God, X-Ray. I can't with him. Chapter 10. Okay, so we're back to Kara. Remember the singer. It's 6.5-hour ride from Baton Rouge to Houston along I-10. 6 buses and 2 trucks were making the journey. Oh my gosh, that is so many people for her tour. 6 buses and 2 trucks? Cara DeLeon's bus was equipped with a flat screen TV, a DVD player, 2 video game players, a refrigerator, a microwave, a treadmill, and a bathroom that included a shower as well as a makeup area. The only person on the bus, however, was the bus driver. Cara was so sick of being alone and so had asked the guys in the band if she could ride with them. It was the first time on their bus, and her mother knew. She knew her mother would freak out. Her mother imagined all kinds of wild goings on, but all they were doing was just playing cards. Which way do we pass this time? Which way do we pass this time? Asked Duncan. Oh, like pass out the cards. I was like, what? A bald man with a goatee. He wore dark sunglasses inside and out. As far as Cara could tell, all bass players always wore sunglasses. Left, said Cotton, the drummer, who then handed 3 cards to Cara. Cotton was also bald, but that was because he shaved his head. Duncan still had hair on the sides. We passed left last time, said Billy Goat, whose last name was really Gottlieb. He played keyboards. Too late, I already picked up my card, said Cotton. They may have been wild rock and rollers at one time in their lives, but Cara, they seemed like a bunch of old men. The Grateful Dead were playing over the sound system. She found the music monotonous, like boring, but she didn't dare say so out loud in front of these guys. Anything was better than a long ride alone. She knew that they all thought she was just a spoiled brat. She'd heard them say as much. They'd been making music long before she was born and often mentioned names of famous people they'd play with, names she'd never even heard. Okay, so who's got the 2 of clubs, Cara said. Oh, I do. She giggled and placed the cards on the coffee table. She never played hearts with real people before, only on a computer, and was losing badly. It seemed like every time she got stuck with the Queen of Spades. The bus had 2 couches set up at a right angle, with a coffee center in the center for drinks and feet. Those were Cotton's words. Just about everything he said made her laugh. 3 other band members and all 3 backup singers had missed the bus. They would have to find their own way to Houston. Going to Texas, we should listen to some Texas music, said Timby. He stood up, then stumbled and fell against the side of the couch. Cara knew that this was caused by the bus's movement. All right, he said, getting back to his feet, then made his way to the CD rack. Hey, Cara, have you ever heard of Janis Joplin? Cara hesitated a moment. Oh, yeah, she really rocks. Cotton saw right through her. You've never heard of her, have you? Maybe? I'm not sure. We're talking real... Oh, sorry. If you heard her, you'd know, he said. We're talking real music, Tim B said as he fumbled with the CD. Raw and to the bone, and no cutesy-dootsy backup singers, said Duncan. Kara didn't really like the backup singers anyways, but El Genius said they added value. Music needs some blank spaces, Cotton said. They take up all the blank spaces. Now you're talking about music, said Billy Goat. Nobody makes real music anymore. It's all just a big show. Just a background for MTV, said Duncan. It's almost impossible for a real musician to do anything worth listening to anymore. Now it's all I don't know what. Don't listen to them, Kara, said Cotton. They've been saying the same thing for the last 25 years. Janis Joplin's voice came over the speakers. Kara hadn't heard her before, but she liked her raw off. Her raspy voice seemed to drip emotion. There was a kind of raw energy to the music, not like the polished song she sang in which every note was carefully planned. Now that's the way rock and roll is supposed to be. Okay, we're going to stop right there. Can you comment and tell me your favorite song? Because we're talking about music. See you soon.